What's up, everybody? Welcome to stream number 47. We are halfway through the international break, which seems to be never ending, to be honest. I'm glad all my FPL players are scoring, but I wish they'd wait for the weekend. How are we all tonight? I wasn't going to stream tonight, but I thought sod it. Get a lot of wildcard questions. I've got a wildcard on screen. Mock wildcard, we'll come on to that soon. There's also, I think, 5 polls tonight. So if you want to vote on them, click the little eye in the top right hand corner, and we'll go through them in about an hour's time. As always, how's it going, Matt? Matt's enjoying the clickbait. It wasn't quick clickbait, come on. I know people are going to hate this wildcard. All I'll say is, I don't like this wildcard either, and that's why I haven't wildcarded. Because I actually think it's a nightmare. And I think anyone that's wildcarded who hasn't got like an absolutely shocking team is going to struggle. No Lukaku, am I high? No, we'll come on to that in a minute. Do I think Mark wildcarded too soon? We'll come on to that in the Scoutcast. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I think so. But I'll give him a roasting for that on Tuesday. Wilfred Bonney is a pick. Yeah, I think he's a wait and see, to be honest. Everything is clickbait, yeah, that's true. I saw a BuzzFeed tweet the other day where the article was 10 or 20 celebrities who don't look like each other. And it was just like a black woman and a white guy. But I'm sure they've got loads of clicks for it. Come on to all the questions in a minute. Yeah, okay, so I didn't know how to make this too clear on the screen. But no, I am not wildcarding. This is not my wildcard team on screen. This is a mock-up I've done, basically, of if I was wildcarding, I'd go for something like this. Now, Ben Davies on the bench, I probably wouldn't do that, to be honest. I'd probably just have Ward there. Or Jones. But the fact, everyone's right, I haven't got Lukaku. I'd hate to go out with Lukaku, but I feel like if you're wildcarding, you've got to kind of make that decision. Either have Kane or Lukaku. I tried doing a team with Firmino, Kane and Lukaku, and I didn't like it, basically. Yeah, exactly, Mock should help that I'm not wildcarding. Hazard is back. He played again tonight, didn't he? I see Lukaku is on the score sheet. What a legend. Talk us through the keeper picks. So Elliott is cheap and nailed on. 4 million, just can't argue with that. Even if Newcastle don't keep the most clean sheets, 4 million is just have to do it. And basically, I think I've got Ben Foster and I'm okay with that. But in a few weeks' time, Swansea's fixtures get better than West Brom's. So I feel like you just get Fabianski. Now, Norton at 4.5 million is a good defender pick, and you probably don't want to double on Swansea defence. You could possibly go for a different keeper and get Norton in defence. That's another option. But I like the defensive spots for like Davies, Jones, Bertrand, because okay, you could get Forster from Southampton, but you're not going to get Lloris or De Gea from Man United or Spurs. I mean, my main tip is go back in time and don't wildcard. Is De Gea a season-long pick if you get him at some stage? He could be, but I don't like spending that much money on goalkeepers. I think, as a general rule, the ones at 4.5 to 5 million provide really good value for money. Excuse the sniffing, I've got a bit of a cold coming. But dedication means I'm still here. Not keen on Abraham. So I'm also not too keen on Abraham. I'd like to see a bit more from him. But for 5.5 million, I think it's an okay risk. Watch him play against Man United. Obviously, Swansea didn't do much in that game. Man United defended really well. But I thought he was quick, powerful. He looked strong as well. A bit like... I'm not saying this is good, but he reminded me a bit of someone like Diego Costa. Can hold up the ball really well, but he's got pace as well. Something that Costa doesn't necessarily have. So no, before anyone says, I'm not saying that Tammy Abraham is Costa, but I just think for those fixtures, maybe you can nick the odd goal or two. You don't need like a goal every week at 5.5 million. Bonnie is such a differential. See, I thought it was going to be 7.5 million, but to be fair, like people have pointed out since, he hasn't done much in the Premier League recently. The thing is, I would want, in my team, I want Kane, Lukaku. The other thing to mention about this team is, this is on a different account, so I've not made any money, so I'm starting from 100 million. If I did it on my own team, I'd have a bit more money. Like, I've made money on Lukaku, so if I wanted to get rid of him, it'd be a bit easier. And obviously, if I don't, then I've bought him at 11.5, not 11.7 or whatever he is now, but that's only a minor details. Personally, I want Firmino as that... I want Firmino as that third striker spot. I don't like any of the strikers below that, really. But it's very hard to do that, I think, in most teams. Unless you downgrade in midfield, which is an option. For my own personal team, I think longer term I might drop Kane or Lukaku. But I'm not prepared to do that right now, which is why I'm not wildcarding. Would you be captaining Bobby Firmino with that side? No, I never really fancy captaining Firmino, I don't think. You're the best YouTuber ever. That is definitely not true. It's 100% risky to go about Lukaku. His ownership is huge. He gets a hat-trick, he'll kill you. Is Alonso worth it for 7.1? I don't know. I'm still in two minds about Alonso. I know people say, you know, he's going to be better than a 7 million midfielder, but that doesn't... Let's say you've got a 7 million mid and Alonso, then surely okay, let's say you've got 7 million to spend on a midfielder and you've got Alonso. Let's say he's 7 for argument's sake, that's 14 million. No, let's say 7.1 actually. And then you could get a 5 million defender instead of Alonso, who won't match him, of course, but he could do well for clean sheets and stuff. And then you get a 9 million midfielder like Salah. I don't know, it depends who you've sacrificed to get Alonso in. I'm not saying that he's not going to score points, not for me right now. And if I wildcard, I don't know if I put him in. That being said, if he hadn't risen in price, I would probably be tempted to get him this week in my own team. Because I could do Gabbiadini to Abraham. That would give me 2 million in the bank, so I've already got 0.5. And then I could do Stevens to Alonso and have Bertrand, Charlie Daniels and Alonso. The problem with that is he's risen to 7.1, so I can't do that now. Otherwise I'd be tempted. Getting Lacazette and captain him. Will he even start? He should do. I don't know. Alonso at 5.9 or 5.8, which I got him last year, was happy with. 7.1, I don't know. He briefly explained while wildcarding is about it. So it's not 100%. Wildcarding. Sorry, let me start that again. People who've wildcarded, not everyone would it have been a bad idea. That's really bad English. It's not a bad idea for everyone to wildcard. That's what I'm trying to say. But a lot of the teams I've seen where people are saying, I've wildcarded this team, does this team need wildcarding? Most of the time it's been a no. It could have been fixed in a few transfers. I think there's too many big decisions you have to make right now in a wildcard. Like, let's say you do drop one of Kane or Lukaku. What happens if you need them back in a few weeks? It then gets a lot tougher. We've still got Hazard and Sanchez to come back. What happens if Sanchez goes nuts in the next game? Yes, he's got Chelsea next, so you could ignore him for that one. But then he's got another 2 good fixtures. Suddenly, 11.9, he looks good. I don't know. But that's not to say that everyone that's wildcarded has made a mistake. I think the other thing is people do it for money, and the making money in Game Week 4 international break, that's like a myth right now. It's been like that for a few years. You don't make as much money as you used to. Sanchez is a no from you. But if Sanchez, let's say he scores a hat-trick in game week 4, I think it's Bournemouth, right? Let's just say for argument's sake he does. Would you still be a no? I don't know. I mean, obviously that's very unlikely. Especially if the rumours are true that he just doesn't want to play for Arsenal, but I don't know. Could putting Bertrand as a captain be a good punt? Nah. I don't like captain defenders. I barely even want to captain Alonso, to be honest, let alone any other defender. Thoughts on Coutinho? So, Coutinho's in the same camp as Sanchez. There's reports that he's been crying while he's been away playing for Brazil and whatever. So 8.8 million, I would steer clear of Coutinho. I think Salah, Mane are better options. And I kind of, one of the videos I did last week, I'm kind of in two minds about Coutinho. One, it's good that he stayed for creativity, should help set up chances for the other two. And obviously he will take away some of the points because he'll score himself. But that also means there's potentially a chance that he could rest the front three a bit more and have Coutinho kind of fill in and bring in one of the centre midfielders. So I don't know if Coutinho, I mean, they look pretty good without him, but he's only going to help him overall, I think. Let's talk for. Have we looked at Joselu for Newcastle? I have, yeah. He's actually got really good stats for the few minutes he's played. He was supposed to be my Fantasy Island risk last week. I switched to Ozil like an idiot. You have one captain option in this wild card. It's not a bad one if he starts firing. Anyway, you guys can have your say. There's a poll, top right hand corner. Oh, what is it? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, who is more important on a wild card, Kane or Lukaku? I should have put both as an option. I should have put you can't go without either. Too late now. Never mind. Atsu didn't make the wild card. Yeah, one reason for that is I couldn't bother to field questions about Atsu. I mean, one guy in the comments was telling me that you can't play Atsu because your enabler should be on the bench, and then he was saying like how he had Willian. So he's only scored 2 points more than Atsu, and he's 2 million more, so... Pogba and Mkhitaryan enough to cover Lukaku points. I don't know, I'm not a fan of this covering points. I don't get how that works. If Lukaku scores a hat-trick, assisted by Mkhitaryan, and you've got Pogba, what's he covering? I know that I get the idea behind it, that if Lukaku's going to score, those two will assist him, or they'll score themselves, obviously. But either they're good options or they're not. Either Lukaku's a good option or he's not. I don't really believe, I suppose, is this best word. I'll leave the lid off as soon as I can't get it back down. Exactly, say no to coverage. That's why I had De Bruyne on my team. Have I ever beaten FPL tips? I don't know, he's got some pretty good records. I don't know what his team ID is to check. Yeah, nearly at 4,000 subscribers, which is ridiculous. On the 1st of August, I was on 1,500. So we climbed up nearly 2,500 in a month. What are we on? Now, someone's mentioned it. I'll have a quick look. We're on 3,959, so we need 41 more subs to get to 4K. Should happen soon. To be honest, it's only been 3 game weeks. No one's rubbish yet. No one's won or lost FPL in the first 3 weeks. I mean, I feel like I'm in a really good position right now with my own team, but that could easily change. You need to create a league for all your subscribers. Yeah, that's not too easy to do, to be honest. That's a lot of work. To check that everyone in that league is a subscriber. Never considered Fraser Fawcett? Yep, definitely have. I just think if I'm wildcarding right now, And do I want... I'm not going to be able to wildcard for a long time. Do I want Forster? Not sure if I do. Thoughts on having Aurier, Alonso? I mean, I know Matt, if he's still around, is a Spurs fan. I think most of them would say that Aurier is going to come straight in. So I guess he's a good option. But I like Ben Davis at 5.6. I mean, who knows when Danny Rose is going to come back? Yeah, Ben Davis would almost certainly be in the starting lineup. In fact, I'll just do it now, otherwise I'll never stop getting asked about it. Maybe bench Phil Jones, to be honest. Happy days. Nah, not wildcarding. I don't even know if I'll wildcard in 6 or 8. I mean, I'm kind of in a pretty good position right now. I've got 2 free transfers. I don't really know what to do with them. I mean, I might put on my proper team later. I could potentially not make any transfers. Ali to Hazard. Oh, look at this wanker. Yeah, I wonder if I should have gone at Ali in my actual team instead of Ericsson, but hopefully over a good few weeks it really won't matter. The fact that he's banned for Champions League, I don't think I took that into account enough. No, I'm not going to waste a transfer. I can do something. Like Stevens out is probably the one I'll do. If I had 0.1 million more, I could get Ben Davies. I could get rid of Gabbiadini, but Watford at home, I think I'm going to keep him. Also, Charlie Daniels is on for a drop. He scores a goal against Man City, and people still aren't happy. 99.7 for a drop. He has Brighton at home soon. If there's no need to wildcard, you might as well keep it until you need to. Exactly, yeah. Renato Sanchez. Yeah, a few people have asked about him. I don't get the love, to be honest. I mean, 5 million. What are we expecting to do? Score loads of goals? I don't know. I mean, I put out whether he'd be an attacking midfielder or what. It looks like he's going to be a centre midfielder, box to box. I don't know. I mean, there's got to be a reason why he's not still playing at Bayern, right? This is not my wildcard team, just to confirm. Atsu over Sanchez. Yeah, I'd rather have Atsu than Renato Sanchez. Yeah, if Robertson starts... The problem with Liverpool left-back position, you're always going to be worried that he's going to carry on. As in, you know, if Robertson gets a couple of starts, when will Moreno come back, etc. Yeah, I've got to keep saying Renato Sanchez, haven't I? Before, otherwise people will be thinking I'm chatting about Alexis. Yeah, no, there's not a right or wrong time to use a wildcard, but I think a few people have used it when they didn't need to. Why do you only get 8.1 for Mkhitaryan when he's worth 8.3? You only get an extra 0.1 for every 0.2 he's risen while he's been in your team. You focus too much on fixtures. Swansea can't defend, but Swansea have 2 clean sheets and 3. Granted, they are conceding quite a few chances, so they've probably got a bit lucky, but they've got nice fixtures. Although you did just say I concentrate on the fixtures too much, but I like fixtures. Especially for defenders. Like strikers, yes, I won't like chop and change Kane and stuff based on fixtures. Unless he's not performing, of course. With defenders, yeah, I'll totally look at fixtures. Do you play Ward or Sutner? I think it's a good week to play Sutner, to be honest. I'm playing him in my main team and benching Daniels. Thoughts on Chiquilito? He's got some pretty nice stats. Like, stats-wise, he's doing okay. West Ham look awful, though. And I wonder how he'll do. But again, they've got nice fixtures. I think that kind of price range, there's not too many like standout players. I don't think there's any, in fact, up until you get to Firmino. You're impressed by how smart I act, yet my record is not the best. Hopefully you finally finish in top 10k. Yeah, I hope I finally finish in the top 10k. Sutton looked awful. Yeah, but he's going to play, isn't he? And it's West Brom at home. It's probably a clean sheet. Why Bertrand over Cedric? There's not really a points difference. Sorry, a difference in points return. I think there would be over the long term. We'll have to see. I mean, I've got Bertrand until game week 11, so let's see. Well, at least that's the plan. Yeah, I was top 5k. Yeah, I just couldn't be asked to correct him. People like it when they can put you down, so I thought I'd let him have his moment, and you guys have spoiled it now. Scout has to be Tuesday. Yeah, I think Jones is fairly nailed. Is Ali a better option than Eriksen? So I think this is like, you go around in circles with Ali and Eriksen and like make reasons for both of them, but at the end of the day, they're both going to score good points. Now, Ali has the advantage, yes, that he's not banned in Europe, but I don't see Eriksen losing too many minutes because of that. The general consensus, and this is kind of what I went with last year, is Ali's more likely to get you goals, Eriksen's more likely to get assists, but when he does get those assists, he gets the bonus to back it up, whereas Ali doesn't necessarily always get bonus with his goals. So I suppose the idea is that Ali's quite explosive and give you a good boost from week to week, or like maybe every other week or whatever, whereas Eriksen's a bit more trickling the points week in, week out. Over a long term, it's going to make really little difference. Over a short term, like if you're covering, say, Spurs' next 5 fixtures, then you might want to bank on Ali just exploding in a few of them. But right now, I think they're kind of longer term picks for me. Ali's owned by more players as well. Yeah, Mane is another player that doesn't like Baps. Thoughts on Everton players after game week 5? So I will consider them, but just because of their fixtures. But to be honest, there's no one from Everton that really stands out for me. I think Sigurdsson, yes, we want to think that he's going to do well. On the one hand, he's in a better team, but on the second hand, or at least the other hand, there's also better players around him. So he's now not the big fish. So 8.5 million is quite a lot for Sigurdsson, I think. We don't know if he's on penalties either. He probably isn't. Well, I don't know, actually. Maybe Rooney will be ahead of him, but Rooney's off drink driving, so who knows about that. Allegedly drink driving. And then you got defence. Do I want to spend 5.5 million on Keane and co? Probably not. Baines, 6 million. Again, it's quite a lot of money. So, I like their fixtures, but I'm not really overjoyed with their players. No wildcard. This is just a mock one. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather have double United midfielders right now than Sigurdsson. 8.5 even if he was at Swansea, I think would be a lot. How much would Messi be? Loads of money. 14.5 million. There you go. Keane is worth it in defence. I know, but it's 5.5 million. Does he have much goal threat? I don't know. You'd rather just keep Bertrand for that. Would you start Atsu over Sutton the next game week? Yeah, definitely. I know it has to be a very good defensive option for that week for me to bench an attacker. I'd almost always play the attacker, to be honest. It's September. It is. He's going to score. Even though he already scored pre-season in August. I kind of like Chan, but 5 million, I don't know if he's going to get enough FPL points. He looks good for Liverpool, but especially now they got Oxlade-Chamberlain. Is Ox going to come into the team? Not sure. I mean, my first gut instinct is he's not. He's just going to be on the bench. He's basically moved from one club to another to play on the bench. Don't forget to vote on the polls, top right hand corner. If you're enjoying the stream, give it a like. We're only on 47 likes. I'm sure we can get to 100 if you all go and hit that button. There's over 300 people watching right now. So go and hit that like button if you're enjoying it, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on 3967, just over 30 to go. Until we hit the big 4K, and then we move on to looking to hit 5K, because we're never happy with where we are. What was that about? My preferred captain option this week. Sanchez? Come on, let's get on the Sanchez bandwagon. How's it going, Vortex? Is 5-4-1 an option? I mean, it is an option. I don't think I'd be playing it, though. I don't think there's that many defenders that I feel are going to score really well week in, week out. Who am I looking to captain next game week? Are we talking game week 5? Because it'll be Kane for sure. Sleeping on Morata? Not really. But I'd have to get rid of Kane or Lukaku to get him in. And then it does mean I could afford Firmino in for, what's his name, Gabbiadini. So I'm definitely looking at it. Do I think of Morata instead of Kane? No, not for me. Well, Hazard bang now. We'll have to see. He might even just make Morata a better option. We'll just take Willian out now. Alonso's a decent replacement. Yeah, it means you have to. It means you have to do 2 transfers basically. I mean, Willian might keep starting. It might be Pedro that misses out. We don't know. I'd be tempted to keep Willian one more week and just see what happens when Hazard's back. Is Jesus still in my plans? Not really. What do you work as? Everyone always wants to know what you do for a job. It's a bit weird, that question, I think. It's not weird, I just don't really know why people are so interested. Well, I'm a community manager, basically. No, I haven't wildcard. It's just a mock, Ben. Which Man City players should I buy? None of them. Don't buy any of them. Can we look at the polls? I'll do the polls in about 25 minutes. Should I risk it as Salah captain? So, cheers Clinton, by the way. Salah. Yeah, Salah, Man City. Do you know, it's not the worst week, I don't think, to go for a bit of a different captain. And I know Liverpool always do well against bigger teams, but I'm not sure I'd be doing that. I'm not sure I'm confident enough in Salah. I'm going to go for Lukaku. But I don't think it's the worst week to go somewhere different, because I don't really see many of the main, like the big players that are in everyone's teams going mad this week. So if you want to go somewhere different, it's not the worst week to do it. Yes, there'll be a Scoutcast. It'll be Tuesday, I assume. Can I do another mock wildcard? Nah, to be honest, I don't even really want to do this one, so I'm going to, do people want to see my actual team instead? I can change it over. Let me know. Is Hesse a good choice or not consistent enough? He's only played 2 games. It's so hard to see if he's going to be consistent. I mean, 6 million looks okay. We'll have to see if he can keep it up. And if Stoke can keep it up. I'm not really too mad on Stoke, if I'm honest. Okay. So I'm going to have to put on... You're going to have to see my horrible face a second in the big screen. Oh man, I caught the sun today. That's what happens. Wear sun cream, kids. Yeah, basically I'm going to have to log out and log into a different account a sec. Okay. So this is me currently for this week. Let me see if it worked, okay. And we're back. The Scoutcast is Fantasy Football Scout do a podcast every Tuesday, which I'm on. It's usually every Tuesday anyway. It's every Tuesday before the game week. So, yeah, there wasn't one last Tuesday, for example. Did I go surfing? No. Hell no. How's it going, Bagger? You're finally watching live. You can see what all this is about. No, I didn't go surfing. I tried to get as close to the waves as possible without falling in. Oh, yeah. I'll delete the mock wildcard thing because it's now not a mock. Yeah, obviously I'm not wildcard and I've not even thought about it, to be honest. But that's my team. I'm captaining Lukaku. I'm playing Sutner, although I'm really tempted to play Daniels after that goal, especially if he's going to play left wing back. But Daniels has got Brighton in Gameweek 5, so it's a great option. So basically, I have 2 free transfers and I don't really know what to do. So ideas are welcome. I'll tell you what's going on in my head. I got 0.5 million in the bank. So Stevens could go to Phil Jones, maybe. But I'm not really bothered about having Phil Jones this week. I could play Stevens and hope that I get one more game out of him because I think Southampton are looking okay for a clean sheet this week. Could do Gabbiadini to Abraham, which would then let me do Stevens to Davis or Davies. I can't get Firmino. If Firmino was 8.5, I'd have ways to do it, but because he's 8.6, it's a real struggle, to be honest, to do it in a nice way. It basically means I have to get rid of Gabbiadini and Bertrand. I don't really want to get rid of Bertrand, to be honest. So, I mean, at this point, Firmino's risen. If he goes up to 8.9, I still think he's worth it. So I'm just going to hold off on that. Or I do Foster to Fabianski. I've never been in a position where in game week 4 I have 2 transfers and I might just make one that's a goalkeeper transfer. Never been in a position like that before. Will Firmino even play post-internationals? He might do. I don't know how many minutes he's actually played for Brazil. I don't think he's a regular like Coutinho. Do I think Lukaku will have a decent game against it? I think he's got a good chance. I'm not expecting a hat-trick or anything, but we'll see. I've got 0.5 million in the bank. Nah, I'm not bringing in Brady because that would have to be for Atsu, and Atsu's my hero right now. And Bemba. Boost your bench with Long to Norton. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know, but then I lose the 0.5 million upgrading a player that I'm probably not going to play anyway. I mean, obviously, Norton's an okay pick, but yeah, I don't know. Daniels is playing Arsenal, he must start. Yeah, that's the only thing about Mbemba. I mean, how long will he keep playing for? Oh, there you go. Firmino didn't play in the last game for Brazil. Yeah, I don't think I'll do a transfer like Long to Mbemba, to be honest. I don't think my team's that good that I can basically waste a transfer. I think basically if I can't do anything, I do Foster to Fabianski or Stevens to someone, because Stevens is probably not going to play long term. So we'll see. Bournemouth and Burnley rotate really well. I'm going to downgrade. Stevens to a 4.5. I could downgrade Stevens to Norton or Burnley defender. And I'd have $1 million in the bank. I don't know where I spend that, but I don't think it's a big issue to have money in the bank. I just need to find 0.6 million for Firmino. I mean, I could do Stevens and Bertrand. I could basically get rid of all my Southampton players when they've got a good fixture and do Stevens and Bertrand and Gabbiadini to Firmino, Norton, and a Burnley defender. I mean, is that the worst? I don't know. I know Southampton have got pretty good fixtures all the way up to Gameweek 11, but it is Crystal Palace away and Man United at home after this, then another away game against Stoke. So, I mean, after Watford at home, the really good fixtures aren't till Gameweek 8, when you've got Newcastle, West Brom, and Burnley at home in 4. So, this week I could do Stevens to Norton or Stevens to Burnley defender. And I still have 2 free transfers. Then I can get Firmino in and someone for Bertrand. Oh, that's interesting. That would leave me with 4.5 million defenders and Charlie Daniels is my only 5. Is that doable? Maybe. We'll see. I quite like that idea now I've thought that. Swap Bertrand and Gabbiadini for Mbemba and Firmino. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not too asked about getting Firmino in this week, if I'm honest. Yes, again, like I said to me ago, Liverpool usually do well against bigger teams, but I mean, Firmino's unlikely to punish me. That would be a shite defence. Yeah, it would be. It wouldn't be shite, it'd be 4.5 million all over the shop. I don't know. It's a tempter. I mean, downgrading Stevens to get a bit of extra money in the bank is not the end of the world, really. Yeah. Please get off the background music. I don't know. So I've had background music on for like every stream since like the first couple, and there's never really been a huge amount of kind of telling me to get rid of it, so it's gonna stay, I'm afraid. If I had 2 million in the bank, what would I do with... Who would I get rid of for Atsu? I wouldn't. I'd keep Atsu and upgrade Stevens. Isn't Stevens going to be dropped? Yes, probably, but we don't know that for sure. But it is quite likely. How's it going, Liam? If I had Lacazette, would I captain him this week? I'd be severely tempted. Lacazette has got to start this week. Bournemouth at home. I'd be tempted, if I'm honest, but I do like playing pretty boring on my captains these days. I'm liking that Bertrand, Stevens and Gabbiadini out. It's such a shame that Firmino's gone up. If he was 0.1 less, it makes things so much easier. If I had 2 million in the bank, he wouldn't be doing this stream. I would. I'd have fancier graphics, like a whole production company doing all this crap for me. I'd just get to turn up at 9:30 and it'll all be ready and waiting for me. Yeah, I want Bertrand in too. It's like, how much... Oh, I don't know. I'm almost looking... Yeah, so the Southampton fixtures are good, but the ones that are really good after Watford aren't till game week 8. It's like Crystal Palace away, Stoke away, and Man United at home. It's not ideal. But you're right. I mean, I got Bertrand in game week 1 to have him all the way through to game week 11. So we'll see. I mean, it's a lot of sacrifice just to get Firmino in. Not that I want to wish an injury on anyone, but Kane or Lukaku were out, it'd be much easier. You can't sleep because your mind is preoccupied with Chan versus Atsu. Atsu's the only one. You're back in school on Tuesday. Enjoy it, work hard, don't take drugs. Hits. I don't need to take hits though, that's the thing. If only I started with Firmino instead of Gabby, I know. I probably wouldn't have Mkhitaryan though, so swings and roundabouts. I think for that, I don't know, I'm a completely changed player from years ago. In the back of my head, I definitely want Firmino, but at the same time, I'm just thinking, don't rush it. How much is he? No one's going to captain Firmino, so no one's ever going to really. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to suddenly become the #1 captain choice, no matter how often he keeps doing well. It'll pretty much always be Kane or Lukaku. So I'm not rushing on him, basically. Yeah, I'm back to work tomorrow as well. Stay in school for as long as you can so you don't have to work. All gets complicated when you have to start working. Yeah, that's a good point. See how he works with Coutinho. Although I don't think Firmino's really under risk with Coutinho. I think Coutinho just helps him, to be honest. Is Phil Jones a necessity in wildcard teams? Not a necessity, but I think he's a very, very good option for 5.1. Any thoughts of 5 million Renato? Leave him for now. I don't think there's any reason to get him in. Should hits only be taken to swap expensive players? Not necessarily. But yeah, I guess most of the time you take hits for the big hitters. This stream has been on for 47 minutes. I'll probably go for another 45-ish. Be about an hour and a half. I think that's good, right? How many watchers we got? 370. Nice. Didn't think it was going to be too many. It was good to see the big numbers on that wildcard video. Let's Talk FPL commercial manager. You have to put wildcard in most videos moving forward. It's all about the keywords, my man. Always about the keywords. It was all about changing the opacity on that wildcard team so you couldn't quite see it. Although that wasn't even the wildcard team that I come up. That was just my team that I quickly put in the thumbnail. No worries, Clinton. Hopefully you stick around. Cheers, Quinn. If you're enjoying the stream, people, don't forget to go and hit that like button. There's 346 people watching. If you all go and hit it, we'd be over 400, and that'd be ridiculous. And also, if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. We are currently 28 people away from 4,000 subscribers, which is cool. Your wildcard video is excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to just do this is the wildcard team I'd pick. I wanted to at least kind of just say why I think it's good or not good to wildcard, who the key players are, etc. So at the end of the day, it's your team. I'm not picking a team for you. On my FPL channel, I have 10 subs. I put wildcard in the title and I got 600 views. There you go. People are all looking for wildcards right now. Who's on penalties for Chelsea? Probably Hazard still. What's the story with the Shane Long card? Everyone loves the Shane Long card. I need to get another one to go with him. I got him from work, basically. Salah or Mane, please. I've asked 53 times. Can anyone confirm whether Liam R. Gaming has asked 53 times? Is he lying to me? Is it only 49? I need to know before I answer that question. I reckon Andy has ignored around 300 questions about Bonnie or Abraham. I need some adjudication on that as well. Is it 300? I was only 52. Well, there you go. Until you ask 53 times, I'm not answering that question. I've already forgotten what the question was. Yeah, there you go. You'd be put in timeout if you'd asked that. What was the question? Mane or Salah? Okay, yeah. I like Salah still for the 0.6 difference in price. If I had to bet money, I would say that Mane will outscore him by the end of the season. But I like Salah right now, to be honest. Ever thought about starting to podcast? Well, I already do the Scoutcast, which is basically a podcast for FPL. When I stream twice a week, I'm trying to do at least 2 videos a week as well, so time becomes a problem, to be honest. Oh, that's it. I answer your question and you just leave to sleep. I'll remember that. Make sure to hit the like button on the way out. And enjoy your sleep. I reckon Andy is... Oh my god, all I seem to be doing is answering questions, but all I'm getting is you keep ignoring questions. Jesus. You can never win in this game. Someone asking about De Bruyne playing deep. Can he answer, please? What do you want me to answer? Yeah, he's playing deep. You seem to already know that. If you like points, choose Mane over Salah. No, come on, Salah's a baller. I love watching him play. He's always right on the pitch. You should see like the little runs he's trying to make, like in the background. Like he's playing on like the last defender a lot of the times. Yeah, I can see someone saying he doesn't believe in cover. Ben, I can see you saying that. I don't know what the question was. But yes, I hate cover. I get the idea around it, but I don't... Either the player's a good option or he's not. Cover or not. You've asked me 100 times now, what's your name? Yeah, I always say this to people. Like right now, there's about 40 messages coming in every minute. That's more than a message every 2 seconds. Now, obviously, they're not all questions, but it's very hard to read it all. I'm trying to keep up as much as I can. Kane's for England this week, massive game week. I mean, it means nothing, to be fair, but it was still nice. Would subscribe to a podcast in a heartbeat. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Like, I'm happy going on podcasts. I don't know if I could run my own, though. I think hosting a podcast is a lot harder than it looks. Like, this is okay because I'm just speaking to you. You're asking the questions, I'm answering it. When you have to actually be the host of a few other people and keep things going, it gets a lot harder. And I don't think I'd be good at that, to be honest. But never say never. Should we expect Salah to start on the bench? No, I think he'll play. I mean, how many rests does he need this early on? Do I watch FPL tips? Sometimes. Why don't we double up on Pogba and Mkhitaryan? You can. Your team, go ahead. Lukaku to keep penalties. I think he probably will take the next one, but if he misses again, he's a goner. Surely Stevens out this week, even in a back three formation. Yeah, possibly. Possibly Stevens out, yeah. In fact, I'm now coming around to the idea that that will be my transfer this week. Stevens to someone. Is Renato Sanchez worth picking now or not? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth using a transfer on. What's Mark's Twitter? It's like FFS_Mark. FFS Scout_Mark. But to be honest, he doesn't tweet, so. Be good if he does start to, though. Am I keeping Kane if he blanks? Absolutely. He's my captain in Gameweek 5. Just you wait until Kane starts scoring. Did I watch the hurling game? I didn't. I was actually walking in Doolin at the time. But I caught the score on the way back. Cheers for watching, Sandver. If Liverpool and Man United do poll this week, we're all done. Who is having a good international break in terms of FPL? So, Bertrand scored for England. Lukaku has scored 2 or 3 goals. Kane scored twice. Eriksen scored like once and got 3 assists. Will I bring in a guest speaker? What? Guest speaker for what? No, this isn't my wildcard team. This is my actual team. We did the wildcard earlier. 4 for Lukaku, even better. Oh, a Bonnie and Abraham question. It's got to be Abraham for now. We don't even know if Bonnie will start straight away. Big Ricey's desperate to come on. I reckon I'll get Big Ricey on one day or freeze. He won't know what to do with himself. Yes, we will take a look at the polls in just a few minutes. So, if you haven't already, click in the top right corner or hover over the top right corner. Make sure to vote, and we'll do it in a minute. We'll do it in a few minutes. Don't wear sunglasses indoors. When was the last wearing sunglasses indoors? Also, while you're voting on the polls, don't forget to go and hit that like button. We're on 137 likes, so let's get to 150 before we release the polls. And also, make sure to subscribe if you are new around these parts. Get a dog. I'd love a dog. Can't have one while we're renting. We'll see when I have my own place. Oh yeah, I haven't worn shades on the stream for a while. Just wait. Wait until Kane scores 4 goals or something. He's not having Lukaku a big risk. Yeah, it is quite a risk. But he's a lot of money. There's a lot of stuff lot you can do with that money. Chicharito will outscore Gabbiadini by at least 35 points. Yeah, but I think Gabbiadini's got a good enough fixture this week to hold him. Am I looking for a 0-0 between Brighton and West Brom? Yeah, that would be ideal. Classic FPL that is. I might even watch it just to put myself in even more misery. Firmino this year's Vardy, could it quite be? Where are the polls? He asks in all caps, just to make sure his message is heard loud and clear. Why don't you answer? I commented. The people that moan about not getting an answer to their question, they make me laugh. Polls, that's right. Top right hand corner, but they're not in the top right hand corner for me. I have to find them somewhere else. Give me just a sec. Am I going to consider Hazard now he's back? Absolutely. Am I thinking about getting Sigurdsson in? Nah. God, everything on my computer is slowing down. Okay. My first question. My first poll. Game week 4 captain. So as always, I know I say this every single stream, but there's only so many options I can do. So game week 4 captain, 50% are saying Lukaku. So there's about 230 votes. 50% are saying Lukaku, 22% are saying Kane, 3% saying Arsenal attacker, and 24% saying someone else. So there's someone else, I guess, is like Mkhitaryan, Pogba, Eriksen, Ali, maybe. Maybe a Man City player. Who is more important on a wild card, Kane or Lukaku? 65% say Kane. Kane hasn't even scored a goal yet, lads. 34% say Lukaku. I kind of agree with it, to be honest. But you are... I agree with it, but you're rooting on Kane. Firing soon. Otherwise, you're really hurting yourself by dropping one. Like I said earlier, I should have put both as an option in there, but... too late for that. Have you wildcarded already? So I'm just interested to see how many people watching a wildcard. 60% say no, 40% say yes. That's quite high. Thought it was going to be a bit lower. Yeah, people basing it on England goals, I know. Thoughts on Hazard? I'm guessing this is going to be... I don't know why I put this in, to be honest. Yeah, 87% say too early to bring him in. 12% say he's proven quality, get him in. So yeah, someone asked me this on Twitter. They said, what do you think of players like Hazard who are, kind of proven we don't really need to wait, just get him in? And It's a good point. But I think at this point, we're not really chasing. There's plenty of players that are doing well. There's no need to jump on Hazard straight away necessarily. Will Sanchez be worth 11.9? 88% say no. At some point he is going to be worth 11.9. Just you wait for it. How's the house move going? Ooh, good question. Might sign the contracts this week. How's the broadband looking? Same as last time. Is Chicharito on penalties? That's a good question. I'd assume it'd still be Noble, right? Will Davey still play when Rose is back? So, probably not. Oh, excuse me. I mean, I don't know if Rose will come straight back into the team, but in the long term, you've got to assume Rose will probably still be the first choice. But Davies has done really well. Yeah, exactly. It has his 10.5 million. That's a lot of money over people like Ali. Not home money yet. Not signed the contract. You're 50% done on my private internet company. Nice. Go to sleep. And then puts the Andy in all caps. Interesting. What's happening at Arsenal? That's a good question. I really don't know. Can't answer that one. Take Jones for Stevens? Nah, probably not. Not right now. I'm going to downgrade. I'm going to downgrade Stevens, I think, because I have Daniels for game week 5 where he plays Brighton, and then I could change Daniels to Jones if I need to. No more donations, no. People haven't... I don't think people have quite worked out Super Chat yet. Once they do, all the Super Chats will be coming in. We'll be having €1,000 donations here, 1,000 there. The new house will have the greatest internet in the world. And he won't shave till Kane scores. That's actually onto my miss there. I really need to shave. Pure laziness. Who am I backing? Man City or Liverpool? Can I say draw? Is that boring? Who'd you bring in for De Bruyne? Look at players like Salah, Mane, Ali, Ericsson. They're all good options. No, I've not used the wildcard. Super Chat. It's like a way you can... I don't know if you've ever watched Twitch, where people have different ways they can donate. Super Chat, you can basically... I don't know, YouTube have set amount of money and then your message pops up very clearly and stays at the top of the chat, basically. Hazard or Morata? The good thing about Hazard is you've got 5 midfield spots. We've only got 3 up front, and right now you want Lukaku, Kane, Firmino. It's probably a gap to not have Morata. Xhaka or Hesse? Hesse. Will Danny Rose take David's place? Just answer that. No worries, Danny. Dawson or Jones? You have De Gea. Still Jones, I think. Someone's behind me. That's Shane Long. Make Super Chat appear in big text on the stream with audio reading out. No, you can't do that. Super Chat's like, it's not a plugin like on Twitch. It's I mean, it will show on the stream because I've got the live chat there. But yeah, I can't make it pop up on the screen like on Twitch. Doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. It's a YouTube thing. 334 watching, yeah. Why is nobody talking about the Watford defender who hoovers up bonus points? What do I do for it? Obviously I know there's nothing behind me, but I actually can see the stream here, so I can see there's nothing behind me. I don't even need to look behind, although I did have a quick glance up. Should you sell Tadic? I don't like Tadic, honestly. So sure, yeah, sell him. If you've got nothing better to do. If you don't talk about Aurier, I'm disliking and leaving. Okay. I look forward to that dislike. That'll bring it up to 3. How much stick have I given Mark for Wildcard? None yet. I'm waiting for the Scoutcast. It's actually like we do that sometimes, because before we're waiting to go on air, we sometimes start chatting and then we have to like stop, because otherwise you do all the chatting beforehand and you're basically trying to repeat the same conversation live. It's not the same, so we actually don't I like to not chat too much about it beforehand. What's the dislike? I don't know. My answers, ignoring everyone's questions, my horrible face. Big Rice, you do make me laugh. I really need to. We need to start thinking about it and hit the $sign alongside hit like and subscribe. No, to be honest, I'm not really. I don't want to. I keep seeing like YouTube channels pop up, and they've got Patreon before they've even made a video. Some cases, like they're already promoting. Like, why would people sign up to your Patreon when you've not even made a video? So I don't want to like start asking for donations. But people asked me last year how they could donate. So there's a way to do it. Basically, if you want to, if not, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, I do, Ben. I do sometimes think that. You don't want to give too much shit, because then you get it back when you do well. And I don't want to. I'm doing alright right now, so I don't want to jinx it. But I do think he made maybe a bit of a mistake. Plus, he was expecting Kane to drop in price. It doesn't look like he would. Oh wow, so telling that guy to dislike actually meant I dropped a dislike. I love it. I might do a whole video on Patreon. How about that? I'll cancel the preview. I'll cancel the stream on Thursday, and we'll just do a Patreon live stream. Can you do silent donations? I've not set anything up. I mean, I could. I don't know. Like I say, people did ask me last year. I had one earlier in the season as well. I'll donate if Crouch scores a hat-trick. Fucking Peter Crouch, what a legend. Let's have a look at subscribers, actually. 3982, 18 more to hit 4,000. It'd be awesome if we could do that before the stream's over. If you haven't already subbed, and if you're enjoying it, make sure to hit that sub button. Am I wildcarding? Absolutely not. Not yet. Do you think this team needs wildcarding? Look at it, it's beautiful. Enjoying the shorter videos? That's good. I'm glad about that. Appreciate you watching them. We'll see. I'm going to see how the Q&A video goes this week. So that's just a good point. If I'm not answering your questions and I miss them or whatever, tweet me your question. Don't make it too specific about your team. But I'm gonna look to a Q&A video this week as like a shorter video where I can expand on some answers maybe, rather than just quickly giving an answer now. Do I plan on developing this channel? Maybe something new. What do you mean, Danny? How would I develop it? In what way? Remember when you had the first 1,000 subscribers? We were doing a celebration back then. I remember. With my party popper. Yeah, I haven't done anything since, but that's because 1,500 $1,500 kind of came around quick, and then I'm nearly at 4K now. It's just like I've done so many videos this month, not really had a chance to do anything else. So 5K will be the next big one. I don't know, maybe we'll do some Q&A or something. Isn't that what YouTubers do? Am I a gamer? I was. I don't really play games too much, but that's just a time thing. I'd like to. The chat is slow on the video. It's not that slow. It's pretty decent. Oh, I'll tweet you if you change your picture to one not wearing sunglasses indoors. Okay, it's my Twitter picture you're on about. That's not indoors. That's outdoors. How many Gameweek transfers can you stick up? 2. Is there a thing about Long that I'm not getting? What, Shane Long on the back of my head, or Long for Burnley? Can maybe do something near the World Cup covering all teams. I don't know if I want to do non-FPL stuff on this channel necessarily. I must admit, over the summer, it was nice to have a break, to be honest, and then come back kind of fresh and just do FPL stuff. Am I getting FIFA 18? Yes. Ali in midfield's a good shout. Have you ever thought about creating an account where in the early weeks you try and predict price rises before they happen and build up money? No, it doesn't really interest me, to be honest. I mean, well, I'm not watching the YouTube thing, but I'm watching like the program that I use to do the stream. And when I see it, when I see the chat in the actual chat and then I see it on the screen, it seems to be coming up at about the same time. There's probably a little bit of a delay for you guys. It shouldn't be that long. FIFA's out on 29th September. My Twitter is... I'll just put it in the chat. My Twitter is not intuitive to the channel name anymore. If you ever get to 1 million subscribers... I don't know, do you think 1 million subscribers is realistic just doing FPL stuff? Cheers, Rivershan. Is trying to get more value out of your team during a wildcard week a good strategy? Like, if you're on wildcard, then yes, try and get value out of it. But don't do it just to get value, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's about maybe like a 10-second delay. There's not really a lot I can do about that, it's just the way it is. You should do score predictions every week. Yeah. I know, to be honest, I'm already going to struggle to keep up with the amount of videos I'm doing, but I want to keep it up. So let's just see how well I can keep up with what I'm doing now. Because the problem with FPL as well is, you can't, for most weeks you can plan, like, so I kind of do a stream on the Sunday or Monday, then a review, then a preview, then another stream. But the problem is, like I was looking ahead, there's obviously some game weeks where it finishes on Sunday and then it starts again on Tuesday, so you've got a lot to fit in. People are going to be expecting streams, videos, then it gets hard to keep up. Am I going to make a diss track? No, and I'm also like ashamed that I know what you're talking about. Business idea for you. You should promote that you can look at the FPL teams and give your opinion on them for €5. Well, so you pay me €5 and I give you an opinion on your team. Do it here for free-ish. I say ish because I can't really look at everyone's individual teams, but I'll answer most questions. Could you post your occupation in the banner and then change it every stream? I like that. I'll have a new job every week. How's it going, mister? You got 11 players playing away, good or bad? I don't think it's that bad. I mean, most of my attack's playing away. Mark Southern's diss track. I mean, that's the kind of thing people do in Patreon, right? You pay X amount a month and you get, like, a weekly chat about your team. I don't know. Do a diss track on FPL tips. I can't. Have you seen those graphics? They're so good. Do a diss track on Mark Summons. That'll be good. Who are you getting in F? Who am I getting in for Stevens? Probably Norton or maybe another Burnley player. Yeah, Mark's very nice, man. You can do career mode videos on FIFA 18. Yeah, to be honest, if I do anything other than FPL, I'd do it on another channel. I want to keep them separate at this point. Originally, I was going to do more stuff on this one, but people aren't subscribing for anything other than FPL stuff for the most part. Did I ask FPL Tips how he did the graphics? No, I've got friends that could tell me how he does them, but I'm not really asked about. Yeah, cheers for the idea, Swalder. I'm not saying no. I just, yeah, maybe in the future. What was I going to say? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I've got friends that could tell me how those graphics are done. I could learn it, but I mean, for me, like, I don't know how much the graphics add. Like, if he can do them every week, he's probably done them. He's been doing it for years. It's probably very quick for him. It'd take me a while to learn. And I don't know if it makes a difference, really, for me. Like, I want to actually give an opinion and etc., etc., and not just say X is good, consider this player, consider this player. I kind of want to say, go for Mkhitaryan, don't go for Pogba. Ali's the better option, not Eriksen, etc. So that's kind of fancy graphics, maybe one day, but it's not going to be anytime soon. What edition of FIFA 18 am I getting? I'm not sure yet. Yeah, for me, like, the content is more important than the graphics. And at least that's what I'm aiming for, mainly because I suck at graphics. Have I ever met Jonty in real life? Yes, twice? No, maybe 3 times, actually. Someone just said just a minute ago, they don't know what a diss track is. Don't worry, to be honest. I don't think I'm on congrats on 4,000 subs. No, it says 3992 here. Let's have a look. Does Ash Jeeves really still exist? Wow. I don't think we're on 4K, are we? No, we're not on 4K yet. You're tricking me. Channel has come on so much since the first one, thinks it works well. I watched a couple of my earlier streams the other day. Oh my god. It's quite funny because I've watched YouTubers like for ages, and you see them get more confident as they carry on. Like, I watched my first streams, it was so quiet. So, oh yeah, I think Sanchez is better than Firmino. And yes, Firmino is a great option. Should go back to the old school, really. You just get more confident as you do it, really. Does Mark support Arsenal? No, he supports Nottingham Forest. For Game Week 5, do I like Eriksen and Lukaku out for Silva and Kane? No. I'd want another way of getting Kane in, preferably. Paul Pogba's going to be world class this season. I really hope so. Why Atsu over Carroll? I don't know. Carroll's on set pieces, I suppose. He's got a good fixture. Obviously, it's the reverse of what Atsu's got, but yeah, no, I'm going to play Atsu. Cheers, Danny. Don't bring myself down. Yeah, like, I'm not arsed. Graphics aren't the be-all and end-all to me. Yeah, but Matt, I don't know. Maybe it's just how I record them or something. But watch the earlier ones. You'll see a difference, I think. Atsu Curry, get rid of him in a hurry. Nah. Ruud van Nistelrooy, I'd love Van Nistelrooy. Which keeper for 5.5 million? Yeah, probably De Gea, as Phil says. But I think I'd rather get a cheaper keeper, to be honest. A cheaper keeper. Can I join your league? Yes, of course you can. The code is in the description below this video. You'd laugh if this team got 41 points on the weekend. Look, it might happen. What is the deal with John T's Twitter? I don't know what you mean. Oh, West Ham. I don't know. I think there's a chance they go down as the whipping boys. I mean, you'd think they've got enough quality to halt that at some point, but Bilic is going to go. I think. I just don't... You got O'Sullivan saying one thing about him, and then you've got the guy from, what is it, Benfica or whatever, telling them that they're all talking rubbish. Bilic is on, like... What's the... Thin rope? Is that it? Why can't I think? Thin rope? Yeah. Thin ice. Short rope? I can't remember now. Anyway. Can't see a whipping boy out of the promoted teams. I worry about Brighton, to be honest. Huddersfield look okay. Newcastle, I think, are good enough to not be whipping boys most weeks. Last Shore. No, not Last Shore. I think it's short rope. Thin ice. Tight rope. I don't know. A stream timing's always the same. Yeah, I always try and start them about 9:30 UK time, so that's just life. So making sure that kids in bed and whatnot, and then making sure I can actually sleep as well before it hits like midnight or whatever. So I usually stream for about an hour and a half. It does differ from stream to stream. I did one of 4 hours once. I don't know if I'll do that again. So yeah, about 9:30. It does differ week to week because life gets in the way, or FPL has like a midweek game or whatever. But usually, it's on a Sunday or Monday when the game week's finished, and then another one before the game week starts. It used to be Friday, but I quite like doing them on Thursday. One of the reasons is because it means I get the weekend off, and two, because it gives people more of a chance to watch them. Obviously, the problem with that is I've not seen all the news from Friday, but it is what it is, to be honest. So it seems to be working well so far this season. I'm kind of liking the, not schedule, but yeah, schedule. We'll go with schedule. I'm really bad at words, as you can see. If you are new around here, by the way, and you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. I'm 4 away from 4,000 subscribers, which would be awesome. Awesome to hit before the stream's out. And obviously, if you haven't already hit that like button, make sure you do. We're on 186. If we can get to 200 before the stream ends, that's always a good thing. Just waiting on Big Ricey's super chat as well. Fancy a cuppa? I actually hate hot drinks. I mean, hot chocolate's okay. Tea and coffee, not so much. Make a prediction for my team captainship. You're saying Kane. How did I surprise you, Hamilton? Prediction for your triple captainship. Oh, Sanchez. I'm telling you, Sanchez is coming at some point this year. Iced tea, coffee. Nah, not a fan of tea or coffee. Coffee, I tried to, when I started my current job like years ago, I tried to wean myself on coffee because it was free. I had like a proper machine and all that rubbish. Just didn't like it really. Tried it for like a week. And then tea, I find tea really bland. I think it's like hassle to make it, and then it doesn't taste great. I'd rather just drink water. Good game, you got to 4K. Did I? Don't be lying to me again. Way 4,008. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. That's ridiculous. Honestly, I was on like 1,500 on August 1st. So like in just over a month. Like over 2,500. It's crazy. So cheers to everyone that has subscribed. Especially those that have been there from day one. I know a lot of you are still watching week in, week out, stream in, stream out, which is really cool. And that's about as excited as I get, people. So now we need to get to 5,000. Thoughts on the second FPL team? Change it every week just for that week. Best players for that week and ignore hits. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about doing that actually. It'd almost be like scout picks or whatever everyone else does for the team of the week, but I know it's just another video to add in. I've already got enough to do right now. But yes, one of the days We might do something different. Kolasinac out or waiting. So I would wait on Kolasinac. So Ox is gone. So that moves, well, that makes sure Bellerin's on the right. There's a space on the left. I think they're going to keep playing that 3 at the back. I would keep Kolasinac because if he plays, they've got really nice fixtures. You don't need to tell me you were here since day one. I know who was here from the start. The thing is, at one point you need to take a risk to gain an advantage over other FPL managers. You got a really good feeling about Sanchez this game week. So, sometimes you might need to take a risk. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessary right now, though. Sorry, I'm just tweeting out this. Anyway. Heavy tapping, yeah, sorry, that was me on the keyboard. It's done. Moreno is on his way to 4.4. I really want to bring Moreno. Yeah, I don't think you bring Casino right now. You get the YouTube Arsenal. Oh, yeah, 4K, yeah, I got it. What do I think to Joselu? I think he could be okay, yeah. I don't know if he's going to set the world light. Like, yes, he scored against West Ham. West Ham are awful. Stats are okay, though. I think there's worse options than Joselu, to be honest. But will Gale come back into the team and Joselu get benched? It's possible. You use your wildcard because your team's not doing well. Yeah, fair enough. You bought players who are rising in price. Yeah, fair enough. Remember, you don't, just because you got those players in that are rising in price, doesn't mean you have to keep them by the time the wildcard deadline comes in. Or, sorry, Game Week 4 deadline comes. Do you want me to make 1,000 YouTube accounts and make you hit that 5k? Nah. I like doing it properly. 199 likes. If you haven't liked it, just go and hit that like button. Let's hit 200. Let's hit 200 likes just for 4k subs or something like that. You keep going on about this Watford defender. Unless you say his name, I'm not going to answer your question. You're not really asking a question either. I haven't even looked at Watford defenders. I have no idea what you're talking about. Carrick won't play. I mean, that is true. But I wonder why we're having to answer that. What's the average game week score to get for a high finish? So, I think I said this on the last stream actually. There's a guy called Jay Eggersdorf. He's got really consistent finishes. He aims for about 50 per week to get into like the top 10k. Obviously, that doesn't include double game weeks because you can score a lot more in them. But an average of about 50 a week should be good. I mean, I used to aim for about 60. If I got 60, it was quite a nice week. But I think that's too difficult to hit every week, so 50 is probably good. I mean, if you did 50 every week, times 38 weeks, is 1,900 points. And that doesn't include, obviously, the weeks where you do better and double game weeks and stuff like that. Yeah, I think 50 every week wouldn't be good enough, but it's a good... Do you know what I mean? You can't have a fantastic score every week. You're going to need a few weeks in there where you score better than that. And you've got to remember, with triple captain and stuff, you can score like over 150 in a triple. Sorry, in a double game week. Yeah, I think Matt's probably right about Sanchez, unfortunately. Doesn't mean that at some point Sanchez isn't a good option, though. 60 makes 2280. Yeah, I mean, that's quite a lot, though, right? How do you know via checking fixtures when it's a double game week? So basically, you follow a guy called Ben Krellin on Twitter, and he tells you all about it. But they'll be around game week 34, 37. So at some point, for anyone that's new, at some points games will get cancelled. Premier League games will get cancelled. Either for, like, maybe in winter they might get called off because of the weather, but more likely they get called off because, like, FA Cup, European games. And so they get taken out of the game week they're in and they get put into a different game week when there's a gap. So you might have, like, Man United playing twice in a single game week. So if you've got Lukaku in your team, for example, and he plays in both games, you get points from both those games. So yeah, okay, let's have a look. Last year's winner. So he scored 2,564 points. You realize it was that high. Divided by 38 is 67 points a week. There you go. Who will I be rooting for during the World Cup? England, of course. Thoughts on Fellaini as captain? Now you're being silly. Right, people, go and vote. This is the last chance to vote if you haven't already. Top right hand corner. Hit those polls, vote, and I'll read through them before we end the stream, which will be soon-ish. $67 a week. Oh my god. Luckily, I'm happy with never winning FPL. Yeah, I'm just going to read through the polls now. I doubt they've changed much, to be honest. Like, they never do, so... Just more people have voted. So game week 4 captain, 50% say Lukaku, 20... So there's been about 60 more votes since. 50% say Lukaku, 23% say someone else, 22% say Kane, 4% say Arsenal attacker. Who is more important on your wildcard? 62% say Kane, 37% say Lukaku. Kind of agree. Have you already wildcarded this season? 57% say no, 42% say yes. Thoughts on Hazard? It's going to be too early to get him in, yeah. 86% say that. And will Sanchez be worth 11.9 million? 87% say no. Wow. Huge. So I'll say it for the last time. If you haven't already hit that like button, it'd be really appreciated if you hit it on the way out. If you did enjoy the stream, if you didn't, fair enough, hit that dislike button. And if you haven't already subbed, make sure you do that. Let you know when I'm going live next, and also when the videos are out and released and ready to watch. Serial at night, yeah, serial at night's fine. Absolutely no problem with that. Right, last few questions before we shoot off. I'm going for over an hour and a half now. Cheers, Hammond. Thanks for tuning in. Thoughts on Morata? I want to see a bit more from him, but I don't think he's the worst. He's definitely not the worst player to bring. He looks good, to be fair. I just think, who are you dropping to get him? See you later, Alex. Cole Norton, yeah, I think he's a good option with 4.5. No, I don't really go to too many live games, to be honest. Different country. Cheap defender shouts, 4.5 million players from Burnley. Norton, 4.5. Maybe Moreno, 4.4. Cheers, Fozzie. Thanks a lot, as always. Who's had the best window? Man City and Man United are pretty decent, I'd say. When will the next stream be? Thursday. I want to say Thursday. Ali and Ericsson or Kane. I wouldn't want to go without Kane, but Ali and Ericsson's a good shout. 6-7 a week, yeah. Not cool. See you later, Dan. Cheers for everyone subbing. 4K is crazy. Let's get to 5K now. Make sure you like, favourite, retweet, share, all that good stuff. Get all your friends in the stream. And I'll look into silent donations if people want. I don't know how I set that up, but I'll figure it out. Who do I prefer, Mane or Ali? Probably Mane, actually. But I do like Ali's fixtures. Sorry, excuse the sniffing, I know it's horrible. Get rid of this before the next stream, hopefully. Cheers, Ricey. See you next time. Right, well, I'm gonna stop it here. I think we've gone through loads of questions tonight. There will be another stream to answer any remaining questions. Also, if I didn't ask any of your questions, you can tweet me at Andy85WSM. And I'm going to do a Q&A video this week. So, take people's tweets, feature them on the video, answer them, and then roll on to the next one. So that'll be like an offline video. So I'll record that and then put it up. Won't be a live stream. But give me a chance to kind of think about the answers before I give them. Because a lot of the time on here, I obviously have to give snap questions, etc. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight. Go and do that if you want. Remember to like, share, all that crap I've already gone through. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will catch you next time, people. Cheers for watching.